Good morning, guys, and welcome. My name's Connor. This is Hotheads Media. We bring you the latest and greatest from our dynamic industry. We keep you informed in 2025 like nowhere else. So, due to some technical difficulties last week, we weren't able to upload. So I'm going to keep you updated today with all the relevant news that's been happening over the last 2 weeks. And I need to share with you this first bit of news, which is Barbers beware. We're looking at some new clipper drops today, and I'm just asking the industry, I'm asking you guys, how many more do we actually need? You know, in 2025, there's a plethora of clippers, and there's so many to choose from that I just don't really know if we need any more hitting the market, and we've seen a few already this year, but this is a new one dropped, and this is by ANDIS. So this is a collaboration between ANDIS and K Duncan. K Duncan Grooming, and this is the red double magnetic attachment combs, our limited edition that only can be found with this clipper. So this is the NV2 clipper. Now, if I was going to do a collaboration with ANDIS, I would rather do something on the Masters or even like the trimmer, like the Slimline Pro. I definitely wouldn't be doing a collaboration on the NV2 clipper. First, I think the ceramic blade is tacky, and they've obviously gone for the ceramic blade on this one. I do prefer the black one with the steel blade, but that's just preference. For me, I like the design and the colorway, but the NV as a whole just looks like a cheap, tacky clipper. And in 2025, I just don't think it's keeping up with standards across the board. So this is the new NV2 clipper, collaboration K Duncan Grooming. So you can swap the levers each side, so you can be left or right-handed. They've got red guards with them. They look all right, but realistically, it's not a feature that should be selling. It's all about the clipper, really. I mean, it's obviously great for K Duncan Grooming. It's obviously great for him getting a collaboration with ANDIS, but for me, that's just a pointless drop in 2025. And again, with all the other things we've seen in 2024 and 2025, I just don't believe it's up there. And realistically, I never rated the NV, and I never rated the NV2 anyway. And ANDIS, you are slacking, you are falling behind. So I think you really need to up your game. And it's a shame K Duncan Grooming has put his name to this, because I don't think there's going to be much call for it. It is a limited edition clipper, like they do a lot of the limited edition clippers. ANDIS when they do a collaboration or a drop. But you know what? It is what it is. So hopefully they get some sales. Hopefully it does well for him. But, you know, I don't really see it taking a massive hold of the industry in 2025. So Babyliss have now got a new drop also. So here's a first look at the Babyliss Pro Barber. Applying pressure. So this is the lithium. So I've not seen these before, but apparently these are already out in circulation. You can get them in a different colorway. I am interested in this. This is a cool looking foil shaver. I do rate the foil shavers from Babyliss and the mini clippers. I think they're great, the trimmers. Not so much on the big clippers. I think they tend to be quite bulky, but they are very powerful and good for beginner barbers. But yeah, other than that, so this is the LithiumFX. So this is just a brand new colorway. For me, the trimmers look good. They look like a skeleton head or an exposed blade, shall we say. The foilers look good, but if they're going to be a higher price than the standard ones, I think you just go and get the standard titanium ones. And the clipper itself looks a bit bulky. Tpob, good they have a backup for when the tomb flops again. That's yet to be seen. We'll wait and see if the tomb flops. I think there's been a lot of traction so far. So it's interesting. They released the tomb 45 ones, and then they released a new colorway on the lithiums. And I'm just kind of like, why don't you just concentrate on one for a couple months or even a year? Make that a sellout, make that your main focus rather than just releasing loads of different clippers. But, you know, I suppose it is up to them, you know, how they run their business. Right, so Great British Barber Bash this week. Are you guys going? So this is the 10th anniversary. This is in London. We are looking forward to going. There's going to be some great names. So join us for a brilliant day of barber culture, education, socialising. Let's play this.
Our 10th anniversary event in London at the Big Penny Social. The lineup is next level. Josh LaMonica, Slider Cuts, Tourette's Barber, Kevin Lutchman, and tons of other insane barbers are hitting that main stage. We've got a load of barbers working around the room. We've got some great exhibitors. We've got competitions. We've got barber battles. It is going to be an amazing day. Come and join us on the 2nd of March for our 10th anniversary event. We'll see you then.
First off, I can't believe it's going to be the 2nd of March next week. That's only next Sunday. Well, this Sunday coming up. That's going to be the 2nd of March. We're going to be heading down as a team at Hotheads Media down to the Penny Social in London to work alongside the Great British Barber Bash. So if you're there, come and say hello. We're going to be getting interviews with everybody there, everyone we can. We're going to be talking to different people, networking, and just being seen to be there. But we're going to be working hard. And yeah, we are looking forward to it. This is going to be a great event. 10th anniversary for the Great British Barber Bash. Amazing for them. Great venue. So we're really looking forward to that one. Yeah, so we'll see you guys there if you're going to go. Make sure you get your tickets. You can get your tickets from the website. If you go to greatbritishbarberbash.co.uk or go to the Instagram, it'll take you to the link in the there's a link in the bio where you can go and get your tickets. So make sure you grab yours today. On other news, Modern Barber Awards, they have extended their deadline for their competitions to today. So it's going to end at midnight tonight. It was supposed to end on up on Friday, so I had got my entries in for Friday, but then apparently they got loads of people saying that they needed to extend the deadline, which I don't understand. If you set a deadline, keep to it, and why extend it? It makes it, what's the word? You know, if you can't get it in by the deadline and they give you 2 or 3 months to get it in, I just think that's a bit mad that you need to extend the deadline by 2 or 3 days for people who are just rushing their entries in. But you know what, you have to be prepared and you have to get your entries in way before the time. But they did extend the entry date. So if you haven't got it in, get it in today. You know, if you're not in it, you can't win it. And remember, I'm going to be on the, it's like a podcasting stage at Barber Connect. You know, working with some people that are some other big names in the industry that have also been featured through Modern Barber and everything like that. So make sure if you're coming down to Barber Connect, you are going to come say hello. I think I'm on at like 1:15 or something like that. I can't even remember, but that's a great way to get your name out there, is enter these competitions and, you know, be seen to just be in there. Even if you get into the finals or whatever, it's great exposure and it can lead things to getting on stage and everything like that. So yeah, make sure you get your entries in and do come and see me at Barber Connect if you are there. So we have here at Hotheads Media officially partnered with the Barber Boxing team and the Barber Boxing brand. So we are going to be doing interviews with the barbers who are fighting on the show at Telford on the 12th of April. So for the next run up, and this is going to start in March, we're going to get people on talking to each other, have a bit of a face off. We're going to get Lloyd on the podcast, who runs Barber Boxing. And then we're going to go down on the day. We're going to get some post-fight and pre-fight interviews. So we're really looking forward to this at Hotheads Media. If you haven't got your ticket, go and grab your ticket today. It's going to be a great lineup. So Barber Boxing, these are all the names that are going to be on and the brand sponsors. So you got Mataki, Players Boxing and Tpob. So media partners, Barber Evo, Digidentity and Hotheads Media. Who's that? That's us. These are all the names and the list of people who are going to be on. This is going to be a jam-packed show. This is a lineup set and the stage is ready for Saturday the 12th of April in Telford. These barbers aren't just stepping into the ring for glory, they're fighting to raise money for an incredible charity. Each fighter choosing their own cause to support. A portion of every ticket goes to our main charity. So make sure you're getting involved with this. This is going to be great. You can go to the link in the Barber Boxing Instagram official page and you can tap the link and you can go and get your ticket today. This is going to be a great event. We're really looking forward to being part of this. Make sure you tune in for some Instagram lives. We're going to be, like I say, getting the lads on. So we're going to be running up any beef that's going on between them. It's already going mad in the chat. So it's going to be fun. We're going to really have fun doing it. And yeah, make sure you're there because this is an ever-growing event. It's a growing company and we really like to be involved with it. So yeah, make sure you get your ticket and I will see you guys there. And if not, I'll see you guys on the live. So what else we got? We got a giveaway from Chris and Sons if you're interested in winning some scissors. So the Joel, great brand. If you can get in this competition, you might as well be in it. Like it's £379 worth of scissors. Joel have always been a really good brand to work with. You know, they're really good scissors. They make an incredible set, like whichever ones you get. So we're teaming up with Joel to give you a lucky winner. Pair of Joel 900 SL Slimline. So how to enter, follow Chris and Sons and Joel UK. Tag 3 friends in the comments. Each tag is an extra entry. Bonus, share this post to your story and tag us for your chance to win. So that's that is a scissor giveaway. Joel, like I say, they're great, and why wouldn't you just go and enter it? So one thing I like about, let's say, Great British Barber Bash, Great British, no, not so great, much of Great British Barber Bash, more about like Barber Connect. These one thing you can go and you can get an entry in there for free with your competition, and that's what I like. You know, when you enter these competitions, they are free. Now, what a lot of places do is when you enter your competition entry, they are then allowed to share that image wherever they want. And one thing that really peeves me off when I look at a competition is when you've got something like the British Hairdressing, Barbering, and Beauty Awards, which is that one that's come down from Scotland and now is going to be going through England and, you know, basically setting up a competition. So this is the one I'm going on about. British Hairdressing, Barbering and Beauty Awards, basically. So it's £50 to enter. Now, I think that's pretty astronomical when you do it. So you can enter your award and it's like entry fees are 50 single. Sorry, that's the phone going. So it's £50 to get your entries in. Now, for me, I just think you're already giving your rights to the picture up. Why are you then going to pay £50? Now, something like Great British Barber Bash, they don't do that. You have to pay to enter, but I've obviously been to these competitions and it's really well-rounded. They've been going for now 10 years. And if you win this competition or you even get placed, this is a great opportunity to showcase your talent. But when you are going to pay, and it's nowhere near £50, and when you get something like the British Hairdressing, Beauty and Barbering Awards that have no credibility, only in Scotland, which they call Shabba Awards, to spend £50 on entering your competition, entering your image, and then not really getting anything for it unless you win, I just think that's a bit of a scandal, to be honest with you. But that's just my thoughts, and that's a bit of a pet peeve, so I did want to share that with you. So I went to enter the other day, and I definitely won't be entering that one now, so, you know, it is what it is, really. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So stuff like the Modern Barber Awards, they're easy, you know, they're free, you know, so entries closed today, so make sure you get your entries in. So that's pretty much what's been going on for the past 2 weeks in the hairdressing and barbering industry. So we've got a hot topic today, and it is a post shared by Luke Dolan. And basically the post is the Great Turkish Barbershop Conspiracy. Now, if you haven't seen this, you should probably go over and follow Luke Dolan. It's Luke_James_Dolan. He was the winner of the Wahl Barber of the Year last year, and he is doing some insightful posts recently. So I think it's good you probably go and follow him, and we're going to read through his as a hot topic. I'll elaborate on it further, but there's not loads to say on it. I just wanted to share it with you guys. So This is the post he put up, the Great Turkish Barbershop Conspiracy. Ever wondered why there are so many barbershops on your high street? Is it A, a highly skilled network of Turkish barbers secretly plotting to take over Britain one skin fade at a time? A symptom, or B, a symptom of a broken economy, failing councils and skyrocketing inequality that nobody wants to talk about? So he says, if you pick B, you're still paying attention. The real scam, he's going to break it down for you now. Our economy is screwed, wages are frozen, bills are tripling, and the billionaire classes owns everything, your rent, your pension, your energy, food, and bills. So meanwhile, councils are so broke they'll approve any shop that pays business rates. No question asked. That's why your high street looks like the copy-paste nightmare of barbers, vape shops, and empty storefronts. So do they regulate it? That's our industry. No, they just take the money and shut up. Or do they regulate any of the shops opening up? So you're going to fast forward 10 years, your rent's doubled, your utilities have tripled, business rates are still rising, haircut prices can't rise fast enough without killing your business. VAT, oh, you better be charging it because HMRC is watching you, not the billionaires. So where is this going? So you blame the billionaires, not the barbers. Some people blame Turkish barbershops, but here's the real question. Who benefits from this narrative? So it's not you, it's not me, not the immigrant barbers trying to make a living. The people winning are the ultra rich who sit back and laugh as we fight over scraps. So the next time somebody rants about Turkish barbers, just say, ah yes, the problem is definitely the immigrant with the clippers and not the billionaire who just bought your entire town. Wake up, it's a scam. Now, this is an interesting take it's an interesting take that blends economic frustration and the defense of immigrant barbers. So I'm just going to break down that a little bit more, and hopefully that'll give you a little bit more clarity onto what he's saying, but I definitely think it's an interesting post. So yes, the economy is struggling. Points about rising costs and frozen wages increasing and business expenses increasing are real concern for barbers and small business owners across the country. It is becoming harder to survive, and let me just put this over. It is becoming harder to survive and thrive in many industries, really. You know, it is a shame to see that going on the British high street. You know, we are once a proud nation and a really prosperous nation. So Turkish barbers, they're not really the enemy, but the idea that Turkish barbers are somehow taking over is definitely exaggerated. Many are hard-working migrants or immigrants just trying to make a living like anyone else in this country. And some of them work harder than the people born in this country. So the argument that the ultra-rich and corporations profit while small businesses struggle is a very valid point. Big landlords and financial elites, policy makers, have more control over our economic struggles than any other group, and that is especially specific for barbershops. So I do believe in many points within this, it's slightly over-exaggerated, but it does need to give it that bit of like a controversy to make it interesting to read. So it does overplay the conspiracy angle a little bit. So framing the growth of Turkish barbershops as either a secret plot or surely a symptom of economic failure is a bit extreme. But there are many reasons why certain businesses expand, and this could be down to market demand, cultural presence, and even overcharging consumer habits. So the reality is that there are too many barbershops on the high street. Some will thrive and others won't. It's not necessarily a scam, but rather a lot of competition at play. So haircut prices and VAT, while prices are rising, there is a limit to what customers will pay, 100%, and that all goes on location and where you are located in the country. If your business costs keep climbing, but haircuts can't rise to keep up, that's a bigger issue with the industry model, not just the billionaire's fault. So that is what it is. So rather than focusing on blaming Turkish barbershops or billionaires alone, the real issue is how the governments manage our economic policies, so business regulations and local economies. Instead of fighting each other over barbershops, the focus should be pushing the better policies like fairer rent control and small business support and tax reforms. So the anger is definitely understandable, but the solution isn't as simple as saying billionaires are all to blame. It's about understanding why these shifts are happening and adopting them strategically. So that's basically just my thoughts on the matter, and hopefully that's broke it down a little bit better for you. But it's definitely an interesting and insightful post from Luke James Dolan. So go over and make sure you're following him now. So yeah, that was our hot topic for today. And our Pro Tools 101 for today is clipper blades. Now, the reason I'm going to do clipper blades today is because the 1 Minute Barber, who's a good friend of mine, Michael Home, he asked a question on his YouTube channel, which was, can someone explain why a crunchy sound is good on a clipper blade? I am honestly baffled by the term. I totally don't want to hear the clipper blade struggling. For me, it should be like a hot knife through butter. I want to see the hair falling away silently and effortlessly. Am I missing something? So I put yes, 42% say yes, 23% say no, and also people are baffled by it. So I thought this was great to raise as a topic on our clipper blades Pro Tools 101, and this is then going to lead us on to the different types of clipper blades. So the crunchy clipper sound, why it matters and how it has evolved. So the crunch sound is different to is different to when the blade is struggling. So the blade is struggling can tend to be when it hasn't got enough power, or the blade hasn't been looked after, it's a bit dull and stuff like that. But that is slightly different to the crunch sound. So the crunch sound when cutting dry hair is like a key auditory cue. So it helps barbers ensure clean and precise cuts. It indicates that the clipper is sharp, it's aligned, and it's efficient. Now, they're the main points for why a blade has that crunch sound. So barbers rely on this feedback, especially for fades and blending, and it helps identify uneven spots and refine transitions. So when I first started in the industry, blades didn't really do that, and clippers didn't really help the blade do that. So as the industry's grown through the clippers and through the blades, the crunch sound has become more prominent within the industry, and it does allow for greater precision. Like I say, it does tell you that the clippers are sharp and are aligned. It's great for blended fades, and it does help spot, especially when you're beginning, uneven spots, and it does help refine transitions. So why is it important? It confirms basically that each cut is clean. It's essential for fades, and it indicates clipper health. Like I was just saying, if it sounds like it's struggling, that basically means then that it's not been looked after properly. It probably needs an oil, maybe even a sharpen. So why would a clipper not sound crunchy? It doesn't sound crunchy through wet hair, but I never recommend cutting hair when it's wet, because it just clogs the clipper up, and you can actually take out more than you're meaning to. It's dull or clogged blades, like I was saying, and some blade types like ceramic, coarse tooth, create a smoother sound rather than the steel or actual crunch blades. So the evolution of a crunch blade and the sound in barbering. Before I do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just the different types of blades you can get, and then we're going to go on to this and we can talk about it a little further. So let me show you this from our recommended retailer, which is Barber blades. Now, if you just went on and typed in blades, you can see you've got, well, that's the detailer, but look, you've got the Chrome Style Pro, you've got the Chrome Style Pro. What else have we got? Look, this is a Babyliss replacement super motor clipper. You can see the different type of blades. The Gamma DLC fixed blade, which is a diamond light coated, so that's different to like a steel blade. You've got fresh fade clipper, so they're like fade blades, whereas this is more like a taper blade. So there's many different types of blades, and this is just on one page that we see. Look, there's an ANDIS one that you can click off and click on. One thing I found interesting the other day that I was reading up on is the fact that when you do, sorry, somebody definitely wants a haircut today. When you are learning in America, apparently you have to learn with clippers that have the head that clip off and clip on. Like over here, when you do, like let's just say a hairdressing MVQ course, and you have to do clipper work, it doesn't really matter that the clipper head blade flicks off. You can just kind of use whatever clipper you feel comfortable with. But in America, you have to be confident with a clipper that the blades flick on and off, or they clip on and off, and they're interchangeable blades, and you have to be up to date with all the clippers that have the blades stay on. So I just thought that was a really interesting point, that you can't pass your course or your test without using the different types of clippers. And I thought that was a really good, an interesting fact that I didn't know. But what I do know is that I don't actually like the ones that clip off and clip on. But if you've got nothing else, you know, you've got to use what you got to use. So I just thought that was a good fact. But just going back to actually what we were saying on the clipper notes. So the evolution of the crunch blade and the sound in barbering. So in the 1920s and the 50s, like early Wahl electric clippers, which, you know, Wahl started making them before anybody else, and they really took hold before anything else. They were introduced like carbon steel blades, creating the first crunch feedback. Now, in the 1950s and 80s, barbers refined tapers and fades, relying more on the crunch for blending. So in the 1990s and 2000s, like skin fades became really popular, and urban barbering increased, and the demand for sharper, crunchier blades increased. In the 2010s, which hasn't even been that long ago, which is present really, brand new designs for blades offer maximum crunch, like the Wahl crunch blade on the Magic Clip and the ANDIS fade blade. So a bit of a conclusion to that is the crunch blade has been a trusted tool for barbers for nearly a century, evolving clipper technology. So today it remains a key indicator for precision sharpness and efficiency, proving that great barbering isn't just about what you see, it's also about what you hear. So I thought that was amazing to share that question with my community, and hopefully we have helped some of Michael's community as well. I thought that was an amazing question to ask his community, and what a great question anyway. And hopefully I've elaborated on that a little bit more so people can understand why a crunch blade is good. Now, what I'm also going to do is because we were talking about clipper blades and crunch blades and stuff like that, I'm just going to now give you some understanding on clipper blades, types and uses of how to choose the right one for you. So when choosing the right clipper blade, it's important to understand how different blades, materials, designs impact cutting performance, fade precision and overall efficiency. So I'm going to break down now the best choice of blade for every job. So types of blades and their uses. So you've got the standard blades, which in my understanding is the taper blades. So they're very versatile and they're very good for everyday use. So they're best for general cutting and bulk removal and soft tapers. The design is slightly curved and the blade is smooth for transition between lengths. and it allows for more natural blending without harsh lines. So that's a taper blade. A fade blade is sharp and precise for skin fades. So it's best for skin fades, bold fades, and sharp or close cutting. The design of it is flatter compared to the taper blade, and it's got thinner teeth for ultra close cutting and a crisp finish. So why you would choose a fade blade, it provides better visibility and more control when fading. So that's the difference between a taper blade and a fade blade. So crunch blades, this is what we've just talked about, and this is clear, audible feedback. So it's best for fades and blending. The design is deep teeth with more spacing for smoother transitions. No, it's not, sorry. The design is engineered to produce a distinct crunch and sound when cutting dry hair. Obviously, it's a crunch blade. So why you would choose a crunch blade? So it helps barbers hear the hair is fully cut, improving precision. So this is great. A crunch blade is great for when you're first starting out. It gives you a lot of precision and you can hear the audible feedback as well as see the haircut with your own eyes. So what we've got next is a wedge blade. Even though I don't really use a lot of wedge blades and I haven't for many years, some people do, but it's very good for bulk removal. And I'm just going to leave it at that for a wedge blade. It's very good for bulk removal. So then we're going to move on to texturizing and notch blades. So again, this isn't something I use on a day-to-day basis. A lot of the texturizing and notch blades tends to be on an interchangeable clipper, which is the heads, but they are good for soft blends. So they're texturizing hair without harsh lines, small notches in the blade to remove weight while maintaining some length. Great for creating natural soft transition in longer hairstyles. But again, if you're a seasoned barber, you probably won't have a texturizing and notch blade. So then we've got the FT blades, which are precision edging and detail work. So these are best for lineups. So the FT blades, like they're fade trimmer blades. So they're great for lineups, beard shaping and detailing work. The designs tends to be like a wider blade with exposed angles for sharper lines, and it gives maximum control for sharp defined outlines. That's basically comes standard on any good T outliner. And what I will say, I'll give you a recommendation, is the Babyliss Skeleton Pros, the Babyliss Low Pros, the FX1s, the Wahl Detailer, the gold version, which is the DLC coated blade. What else we got? The Slimline Pros are good. The new Tpob Plays, they're just some off the top of my head. So clipper blades tend to be made of like stainless steel, carbon steel, titanium and ceramic blades. So stainless steel are the most common ones. They're durable and rust resistant. The carbon steel ones stay sharper, longer, but need regular oiling. So remember that. Titanium coated is extra durability and stays cooler for longer. The ceramic blades stays cooler than metal but are more fragile. I hate a ceramic blade and I think they look tacky as anything because they normally come in white. And I've obviously missed out the DLC coated blades, which are diamond-like coated, which are rust resistant, stay sharper and cooler for longer. But again, they need oiling and looking after and regular maintenance. So choosing the right blade for the job. Fades and detailed work. So you want to go for a fade blade or a crunch blade. If you want general cutting and blending, go for your standard taper blade. Bulk removal, wedge blade. Sharp lines, you want the T blade trimmer or the TF blade trimmer. If you want soft textured looks, texturizing blades, but realistically, unless you know what you're really doing with that, I wouldn't go for it. So whenever you purchase a blade, a new clipper, any blade, upgrade your blade, make sure you oil your blades before and after use. Clean your blades regularly, that's daily or in between each client. Check alignment regularly and replace dual blades. Dual blades can really have a big effect. Alignment, if you put them down heavy, can be offset. Clean blades are always great so you don't pass infections, and oil your blades regularly. Your car wouldn't go without oil, so why do you want your blades? So using the right blade can elevate your cuts, improve efficiency, and give cleaner results. Understanding these options will help you choose the best tool for every client and style. There you go. That's our Pro Tools 101 today, and that is clipper blades. Really enjoyed doing that actually today. Clipper blades is one thing I've been really wanting to talk about on the thing for a while, and the 1 Minute Barber gave me that opportunity. So let's crack on with the Q&A. So have you had a problem with the Babyliss skeleton trimmer cutting out? Mine's just started doing it. It's been great up until now, but can you recommend a fix? If not, what's a great trimmer to get? I've never, thankfully, had that problem with my Babyliss skeleton trimmer. I use it on a daily. I've had mine now for about 2 years and it's been consistently good. I personally would probably say it's about time you upgrade. And again, Babyliss Low Pros, the FX1s, a little bit more high powered. You've got the high vis Wahls, really good. The Wahl detailers, the gold, Tpob goes. What else we got? I'm just having a look around the room. The JRLs, one of my staff likes them. You know, there's many different versions you can go for, but if you like Babyliss, maybe stick with the Babyliss. So FX1 trimmer or high vis, that's a tough one. Pretty much the same. At the minute, you could have got the old version of the FX1, which is still very new, that comes with the 2 batteries. If you could find that, they're on offer everywhere at like 99. They are probably the best purchase of 2025, but the reason they're so cheap is because they're making room for the new ones. So the new ones are basically exactly the same, but they come in matte black. It only comes with 1 battery, and the stand only comes for a stand with the battery. They don't have a stand for your clipper, and they're like double the price. So if you can get your hands on the older ones, which are still brand new, last couple of years, are the interchangeable batteries one with the 2 batteries, they're great. But the new ones are pretty much the same price as the Wahl high vis. Either one of them are great. They're really, really good, and I've actually got both of them. So, and I can't really choose between them. It just depends on how I'm feeling. So either one's good. If you run a walk-in barbers or service, do you have a cut-off point before you say no, or do you just let them all pile into your shop? Yes and no. You've got to work out how busy really you've been in the day. If you've been quiet all day and then you've had a rush at like 3, 4 o'clock, you kind of just need to get your money in. If you've been busy all day and you've got 3 people waiting and it's 5 o'clock, it's all like... it all depends on you as a shop, as a barber. You know, I can't tell you when's good to stop taking clients, but what I can do is tell you that your health is wealth. Make sure you're not killing yourself when you're doing your work, because if they want a haircut, they'll either go somewhere else or come back tomorrow. It's not even that deep. You know, if you've got 3 people waiting at 5 o'clock, as long as you're not rushing them out, that's a good time to finish, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, and I think it's all circumstantial, so. Right. Where can I go to get some education that doesn't cost a lot? The best place to go to get some education is, depending on, so if you're beginner or medium or even experienced, the 1 Minute Barber has got some great education tips. You can go and watch his videos for free. He does have a members only bit that you can go and pay, get some more exclusive content, but you can go onto his and watch some of his videos, and they're very, very educational. Other than that, go to shows like Great British Barber Bash this weekend, go to Modern Barber, not Modern Barber, go to Barber Connect, Salon International. People go there, showcase their skills and give you free demonstrations. All you have to do is buy the ticket. That's the best place, and there's so much education on YouTube and online. I think it's a bit mad. People are paying for education these days, but if you want that hands-on feel, I don't know, go to some of our recommended ones, which is Sid Sutton, Great British Barber Academy, SB Barber Academy. It all depends on your level. So what's the best way to become a barber? The best way to become a barber is obviously through the NVQ system, or the system where you can come out of college and school and go through 16 to 18-year-olds, or 18 to 20, whatever the age is now. That's definitely the best way. If you can get that paid for by the government, amazing. I would always recommend, if you want to go into barbering, I would always recommend going to a hairdressing. Always go and do a hairdressing course, and you can learn barbering on the side, because basically the only difference is learning clipper work and shaving, and you can do that in your spare time. But the education you get from doing hairdressing is well worth the money. You learn different services like perming, colouring, long hair, which is all becoming apparent within barbering today. It's just mixing. Another good way is go to our recommended courses that I've just said. SID, SB Barbering Academy, Great British Barber, Barbering Academy. They're great recommended courses. London School of Barbering. It depends on what age group you are. You can go and offer your services free to different shops in payment. They can give you training. There's many, many different ways to go and get education and go and become a barber. So, you know, also if you check out one of my videos, it's right down at the bottom. It's one of the first videos I ever put out, which is the 3 best ways to become a barber, and it gives you different options and breaks down the cost. That's a great video to go and run up. So make sure you like, share and subscribe if you like the video. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. They're the best ways to become a barber, but hopefully that's give you some insights into joining this industry and changing your career, or just starting a new career depending on what age you are. So amazing. Oh, I tell you what, looking forward to this week. We're going to have a busy week. Obviously, we're at Barber Bash this weekend, which is going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. And then literally next week, we're going to start with the interviews with the Barber Boxing team. So get your tickets. Come say hello at Great British Barber Bash. And yeah, other than that, though, we'll catch up next Monday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, take care. Have a good week, guys, and I will see you all then.